morning, good morning. Happy Made Easy Monday. Today we are going to look at another one of our fun kit collections, and it is the Merry Christmas kit. Let me just pull it out so you can see all the goodies that are inside. So we get, just like always, we get our ink spot, and this one is Pretty Peacock. We get our stamp set with all the images. So we've got Merry Wishes, Christmas, may whatever brings you love and joy be yours this season and throughout the new year. Love that. And of course, some great foliage stamps. So lovely there. And then we have our instruction pack with all of our parts and pieces to make today's fun card. So let's open this up and let's make some. I love that our kits are all inclusive, so they really have everything inside that you might need. Sometimes you just need to add a pair of scissors so you can open the kit, right? We've got all the adhesive inside. So we've got, for this one, it looks like some tear and tape adhesive. And we've got our clear block. So our kit collection kits also come with our clear block that we can mount our stamps on. So we'll use that. And then we've got our parts and pieces and our instruction sheet here. So here's the stamp set. You can see that's what the stamps look like. Love that. We've got our instruction sheet. So that's gonna tell us how we put together these two cards. And then we've got our pieces. So we've got our labels that we're gonna stamp on. We've got these beautiful laser cut pieces. Looks like we've got some dimensionals. They're foam adhesive and these beautiful envelopes. These are a really pretty shimmery gold envelope, so I love those. And then those pieces, look, we'll put those to address. These will be our address, where we put our address labels. How fun. Okay, and then we've got our card bases and our extra little pieces here. So these are going to be the bases. Look how pretty those are. So this is gold foil with, looks like Poppy Parade for the background red color. Beautiful, beautiful bases. Okay, so we'll put those to the side. We've got our die cut, laser cut pieces. So these are already laser cut for us. We just punch them right out. So that makes that really easy to create with. So let's open up our instructions here and let's get started. So they tell you step by step. So there's two cards that we will make, two different designs, and they give us the step-by-step instructions for both of those. So the first thing we're gonna do, it looks like, is we're gonna grab our Merry stamp here. So we'll go ahead and lay that down, and then we'll take our block here and pick that up. So now we have our Merry mounted on our stamps. And then we're going to grab our Pretty Peacock ink. I'm gonna use the full size here, but it does come with our Stampin' spot. And then we're gonna take these die cuts here. So we'll ink this up with our Pretty Peacock ink. And it looks like we're gonna stamp 3 of these on these laser cut labels for us, banner die cuts. So whenever a stamp is new, I like to stamp it off a couple times just to make sure that there's no residue from the stamp creation left on there. And we'll just ink this up good. Center that down. And we'll stamp 3 of these Marys. Okay, we'll set that aside and we'll pop these out. See how easy that is? And we'll use the rest for our next cards. So we've got those ready. Then we're gonna need our striped card base. So this is another one with that gold foil. Good morning, Sandra. And so we're gonna have just fold that in half. So now we've got our card base. And then inside this square, we're gonna stamp another one of our stamps. This big one here that says, may whatever brings you love and joy be yours this season and throughout the new year. So this is a great Christmas and New Year card, right? So we've got that. Let me grab a different block here. You can switch it, but I have another one handy, so I will just go ahead and do that. We'll ink this up, and before we stamp it on our card base, we'll just do the same thing and stamp off a couple times to make sure there's no residue from production on our stamp. Then we'll ink it real good, and we'll center it here. Stamp that down. Sometimes when it's big like this, I like to hold it down a few seconds so the ink transfers real good. And then we have that in the inside. How easy, right? So I'm gonna move my ink to the side here, and then we're gonna adhere everything to the front here. So let's punch out our pieces that we need. So it looks like we're gonna need 2 of these beautiful die cuts here. And I think we're gonna do some stamping on those as well. And then we'll need, oh, maybe not. We're just gonna need these big ones, it looks like. Those are for our next card. See, I love that you can just look at the kit instructions and you don't need to know anything about the kit other than to grab the pieces and look at your instructions, right? So let me grab a block. And so for this one, we're gonna use this stamp here, which is the same size as our printing. Lots of fun stamping in this kit. So we'll mount that on our block and we'll ink this up, same thing. We'll stamp off a couple of times. And then we'll take this die cut and we'll line it up best as we can to get that detail. So you can see this is before we stamped on it, and then after we've got that pretty detail just around. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. There we go. And then our next one, I like that these are the clear stamps, so it makes it a little bit easier to get those leaves lined up. There we go. All right, now we get to put all of these on our cards. So we'll just take our tear and tape. So that is step 1. And we're gonna put this just on the back of these 2 die cut pieces. So you don't even need scissors for our tear and tape. You can literally tear it and then tape it down. I got a little extra one here on, just put that on. Okay, so then we're gonna put these, we're just gonna peel the back right off of those. And we're just lining these up just like our directions show us right here. So we're just gonna put the one here, peel off the back of our other one. There we go. And this one we're just gonna put in the opposite direction. Beautiful. And then we're gonna add our Mary Mary. Oh, we are gonna need those other 2. because we're gonna do Mary Mary and then we're gonna put these down. So let's grab the ink one more time with our leaf here. And I just stuck my finger in that ink. Do you ever do that? Okay, so we'll stamp those just right on the top of these. And we'll grab one more block here. And we'll grab our smaller leaf to do this leaf on this side. Okay, so we'll ink that, stamp off a couple times, and then we'll put this right over. There we go. Right over our smaller leaf. How fun. Really add some dimension to these leaves when we're stamping here, right? Okay, so now we're gonna add our Mary Marys and we're gonna put these on with our dimensionals. So we'll go ahead and add these. There you can see what we're doing. We're gonna add our 2, then we're gonna add our leaves, and then we'll add our 3rd Mary right on top. Okay, so let's grab number 1 here. I'm just peeling the backings off of these. So we'll line up our first one, then we'll line up the bottom one. This makes it easier to center our 3rd one into the middle part here once we get our leaves on. So next step is going to be these 2 leaves, and let's see, we're going to put them kind of like here and here, so kind of the opposite way. And these are going to get dimensionals. So they're just little foam adhesives. So it gives a little bit of height to these pieces on our card. All right, so we'll peel those off. This is some easy Christmas card making right here. Okay, so let's see, they're gonna go like 1. And then our other one. This is so great that everything comes all in the kit, so you don't need a lot of fluff to make these. And this one we'll put just like so. Now we'll take that tear and tape again for our last Mary. Put a bit of that just on the back here. Peel the back off of that, and then this will stick right here in the middle. I'm just centering it between my other 2 pieces, and then that will be stuck right there to our popped up leaves. What a beautiful card, right? Well, now let's do the envelope, because the envelope is kind of fun too. So it is this beautiful gold sparkle. And the camera may not pick that up, but it is a very glimmery. And then we're gonna take one of these pieces. And so these are kind of like a thick sticker, a cardstock sticker. And so it's sticky. And we're just gonna center this right in the middle there. And then that's where we'll be able to address our card. So even the envelope gets a little bit of love in this kit. What a beautiful card to send, right? Okay, let's see if we can do number 2 here. So there's 2 different cards in this kit, and you get enough for 4 of each one. So this kit will actually make 8 cards. So we've got the instructions for number 1 was at the top, and now instructions for number 2 is this beautiful base here with the leaves. Isn't that beautiful? all that foil, all that pretty foil. So in the middle of this one, we're gonna use that same stamp that we did on the first one. We'll ink that up. And we will stamp this sentiment again right in the center of this beautiful gold foiled box. Perfect. Then we're gonna grab our leaves again. I'll just set that aside. So this time we're gonna need the same. So we're gonna need 2 of these bigger pieces. Just pop those out. And then again, 2 of our leaf pieces. And we're gonna do the same thing like we did before with all of these. And we're going to give them that little bit of definition around all of those leaves. So now if I was making all these cards at one time, I would just assembly line this part of it. I would do all my leaf stamping, I would do all my sentiment stamping, and then I would start putting it all together. You already have your ink out, right? So might as well just get them all stamped up. And this is a great one because it doesn't need to really line up perfectly. It almost kind of looks good when you just offset it a little bit as well. And then we'll need our smaller leaf for these 2 to just do these leaves on the left here. So we'll line those up and stamp both of those. Okay, so I got all those pieces. Now we're gonna need one of our other banners here in our kit. One of these. Pop one of those out. And so this one is gonna have Christmas wishes. So we've got our wishes stamp and our Christmas stamp. Let me grab some blocks here. So you could absolutely switch them out. Since mine are all inky, I'll just grab new ones here. I love having multiple blocks just for that reason. So we'll stamp this off a couple of times, and we'll stamp our Christmas in the top box. And then we'll stamp our wishes. We'll stamp it off a couple times. And we'll stamp our wishes in this bottom part. There we go. So we've got Christmas wishes, and then I think all our stamping is done. So let me flip this over. Oh, that one's done too. Let's tear off this piece. That way it's clear for you to see. And let's put this part together with all of our fun parts and pieces. So we're going to use our tear and tape again for these bigger pieces. Just like we did before. Easy, easy peasy. Okay, and then we will pop these right. Let's see, the one's going to go to the kind of top right and then the bottom left. Sandra, have you made this kit yet? I think you got this kit. So beautiful. Okay, and then we're gonna do tear and tape again on these other, our smaller leaves. And we're gonna put them in opposite directions of the ones we just did. So let's see, one's gonna go pointed up and one is going to point down. Just like so. Then we're gonna take our Christmas wishes, and this one we're gonna pop up on those dimensionals again. So we'll just put these all on the sides and a couple just in the middle here. Pop those off. And then this is gonna go right in the center. How beautiful is that? Isn't that foil? Just picks up the light so well. All those different fun parts and pieces, our beautiful sentiment inside. And then the same thing with our envelope. We would do that again to match with both of our cards. So this is our Christmas wishes card kit, and it makes 4 of each of these cards. So you would have 8 cards in this kit to hand out. All right, well, I think that's it for today, but happy Made Easy Monday. Hope you are enjoying these kit collection videos that we are doing each week to really dive into how fun, how easy, how simple our card kits are with all the parts and pieces included. Takes all the guesswork out of what you need to create some fun cards. Have a great Monday, everyone, and I will see you guys soon.